It's the NFL on EA Sports. And here's the pick artist himself, Trayvon Diggs. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Cowboys and the Giants on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Strap in, this will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14 and up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 25 carries, 117 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to run.
And that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3-and-out. They did. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they're down to the 29-yard line. To about the 26 here. The Cowboys at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. James Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 20 carries, 84 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he's got room. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on third down. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason.
Still third down.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 43 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one swung out to Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. That is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Myers. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
45 yards on the ground for him so far. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. We also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
Yeah, this was just really well done on 3rd down because he doesn't have a lot of time to analyze things. He's got to make a snap decision and go. And his decision there, right on. He rocketed in and made the play.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This defense for the Cowboys, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Now Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Play action now. Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, that was a busy man out of the backfield. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Prescott from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can...
Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. On Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. New York ready to go again offensively. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Micah Parsons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. He'll look to throw. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll set up to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And some room to run now. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On play action, Prescott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter.
Alert!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Let's go now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. 2nd down and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw again. This one swung out to Williams. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stack, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. Now, maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And able to get this out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. and they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Houston Texans. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Charles.
The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, partner, they've certainly put it up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
He's had success running the football. This is more or less an extension of that, because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
So that's been a good game so far. You know something? He's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
A quick throw there going to be batted away at incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Micah Parsons, his 2nd sack of the night.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Michael Gallup, 79 yards. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And he gets this up across the 35. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kayvon Thibodeau able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. Yard punt, return of 9.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Michael Gallup, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Giants get a bit closer.
Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. They'll run it. Here's Cook. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Running for it. Here's Cook. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is taken around the 12. And he's loose again. Touchdown, Cowboys. What a run that was. 88 yards on the punt return. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he's had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did.
Nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation, they keep the football. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And New York set to take the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Flush to his right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Cook again.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
46.
Prescott to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Out comes Michael Gallup and company as they take the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Myers. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 3. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice, long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here we go with Williams. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. He'll look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 35.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They run. It's Williams. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs.
Ryan Dable reaching for that challenge flag, and he's going to have the officials review this call. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that review working out well for Ryan Dable. He wins that challenge.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Dancing away at the 35. And it's a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They start the drive with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, it's Prescott. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 113 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Hands it off out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. First down, here's the run with Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Eluding the pressure. Oh, Prescott stripped. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll set up to throw. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Here we go, here we go!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Cowboys are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
To put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front. Say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
This one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground. But both really started to come in sync.
So for Dallas, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.